Up, y'all? It's your boy R to the A to the S. Yes, Rise here with Proceed with Caution Vlizzard, and I'm here to talk about the new Man of Steel movie, give you my thoughts, as well as my thoughts on why this movie is receiving bad reviews. Part of the reason, my conspiracy theory on that. But first, talk about the movie. Definitely Snyder and my man Christopher. I never made a bad movie. Nolan did their thing in this movie. This is a solid reboot. Better than I think way better than the last Spider-Man reboot. Though I didn't think that was a bad reboot, but definitely I will put it on par with Batman Begins. That's why when I felt the theater, like, this is a very solid movie. This won't be the best movie. I think, you know, they did an excellent job in giving the background and going back from current time to his childhood, current time before, you know, he was born, current time to when he was a teenager, and then till now. They did an excellent job going back and forth, and I really think, I can't prove it, but I really think that's Nolan hand in that. The dialogue, enjoyed it. The Nolan touch. Uniqueness wise, I think about this film is a science fiction film. I did not expect that. Yeah, I know Superman is not from this planet, but I didn't expect this sci-fi feel to it. From the very beginning, there's this dark world. It feels like sort of like Star Wars, the current, you know, the recent Star Wars films mixed with the Matrix. That type of feel. Very dark. And when I say dark, even some of the people, it's kind of a spoiler, but some of the people, when they was being, let's just say, created, they didn't want coming out lily white like when they came out in the wombs. They looked sort of dark, so to speak. So I found that interesting as well. But anyway, that Kryptonite brother. But anyway, yeah, this is a sci-fi film, and I don't know if that's gonna turn some people off. It might. It's not. I mean, sci-fi films are not for everybody. I mean, you could say, and what I mean by sci-fi films, it has like that alien type of feel to it. Like, for example, Thor is from another planet, of course, another world, but that film didn't feel like a sci-fi film. This film feels like our alien sci-fi film. And I like that. I like that. It was very different. I'm not sure how that fits with the comics. I'm sure you comic nerds can explain all of that. I'm not a comic nerd, but I just really like that feel to it. Definitely, I thought all the cast members were good. I liked the new Superman. I know some critics said that, you know, he was too serious or he didn't have much personality. I like the mysterious feel to this Superman. I thought that was an excellent choice. Very, you know, very dark. I've heard from comic book fans, you know, the Christopher Reeves one was more in line with, you know, the original Superman, but now this Superman, now the current comic book guy is more in tune to this guy. I don't know. Again, I'm not a comic nerd, but that's what I heard from comic nerds. So yeah, I like the feel of that. I mean, just excellent acting all around. Great casting. I like Lois Lane. I like the villains. Just excellent and all that. Action wise, I liked it a lot. I ain't gonna say I loved it. I mean, there was some fights in there. Sort of, I can't remember the name of it, but you probably know when I say it. But that film where they had came out maybe about 3 years ago, where it was like teenagers, they found that they had super powers or whatever, and then one of the dudes like lost his mind and he started killing everybody. Can't remember that name of the film. I'm sure y'all know what it is. But some of the action and some of the fighting and tossing people in the building and stuff like that, it felt like sort of like that movie mixed with a little bit of the Matrix. But yeah, man, I think the Nolan touch was in this movie, just with the dialogue and the build up and things of that sort, and the twists and the turns and how things connect together. I thought that was all excellent within that. Now, I think a lot of my conspiracy theory is I think the critics really felt that this film was just too Christian. I think in some sense, because maybe most people, if you didn't come from a Christian background, you might not catch all of those things, but the Christian message was pretty heavy in this one. I mean, there were a couple, I saw at least 2 scenes where he was, I won't say where they at, but he was crucified. You could just tell. I'll give a clue. One was, when he was an adult, and one was he was a teenager. Just watch out for that. The way his father talked, he sort of talked like he was God. Things of that sort, the things he would say, and trying to get him to see what his mission was. The clear parallels to Jesus. And I think, in this modern day at times, Christianity is becoming less and less accepted, particularly in that world, that Hollywood world, the movie world. This isn't like, the 30s and things of that sort. Modern day movies, that Christian thing was heavy like that, I think it rubs people the wrong way. And seeing the Superman as like this Christ-like figure, and they really put emphasis on that and try to make it pretty clear, I think that's turning people, these critics, off. The general crowds, we'll see. I don't know how it's going to do with the box office. But like I said, overall, man, this is a solid reboot. I'm going to put it with Batman Begins. This is not the greatest, Superman, hero movie ever. I've heard that. No, it's not. It's not touching, Dark Knight or The Dark Knight Rises. I would say it's on par with Batman Begins as a very good to great reboot movie that's going to set the stage, and it's going to be even better because you got the Nolan touch, you got the background, it's a story there. It isn't just this, just straight up fighting. Though, the fighting, you will be satisfied with that. I think you'll be satisfied with that. But it's a combination of the two. Snyder, Nolan, you got the background, you got the story, you got the action. What more can you ask for? Go check it out. Don't listen to these critics. That's my thoughts, man. Or listen to this critic, but don't listen to these other critics. That's my thoughts on this. Love to hear yours. Proceed with Caution Blog. Kobe Sutts, and I'm out. Triples.